Subscribe or this tick will crawl on you in your sleep.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is W from NHW Productions, and tonight I should say, I'm going to be telling you the story of the terrible experience I had going snowboarding and how I almost died, or how I would have died. And yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe. It really helps us out. And yeah, let's get into it. So, anyways, yesterday I went snowboarding at this mountain. So I've never snowboarded in my life before. Keep that in mind. So, everywhere in the state I live in is sold out, and this is known to be one of the good states in the country of USA for snowboarding and skiing. But, anyways, so we went to this one because everything was sold out. Went to this shithole. It was way up north, about a 4-hour drive or 2-hour, 3-hour drive. Anyways, so we went up to this mountain, and instantly it is so packed with tons of people not wearing masks, which is not a good sign. But so first, we can't find a place to park. This is just the whole experience, so that's why I'm mentioning this. So we can't find a place to park, and we're just meandering around the parking lot. And then we find a parking spot, blah, blah, blah. We go in. It takes about an hour. And then I get my snowboard put on first, and then I'm instantly having problems. One is I don't know how to move around with it. Just move around, because I know you're supposed to skate almost like a skateboard, almost, to get around. But anyways, I can't get the thing on, because it's not attaching to my foot the right way. That's already not a good sign. And I can't scoot. But then, after a couple minutes of practicing, because where we were was, at the bottom of this place, there's, a really tiny hill, probably, 30 feet for, pussies, or not pussies, but, really beginners who've never done this, and for little kids. And, yeah, I never done this, so I went up this hill, I started walking up, and then here's where shit got, the near-death experiences towards the end, or where I would have died if, I'll be talking about the universe theory, where it's, parallel universe, where one universe, for example, I throw my lamp across the room and then I get in trouble, but that happens in one universe. The theory states that something happens in one universe and then happens in the other, so then in the other universe I don't throw it. Alright, you get the gist. So anyways, I get up and get to the top of the hill, I strap my snowboard on, and keep in mind that it's not strapped on right away because it kept popping off. And then I go down, and instantly, first time ever riding a snowboard. Alright, this is the first time I've ever ridden a snowboard. I fall, and I start sliding out of control, and I fall back. And I was already miserable. I was like, fuck this. I was very negative, because I got a little hurt, and, so I'm stranded on the middle of the snowboard in a wacky position, making wacky facial expressions, but, so I'm in the middle of the hill, and then I'm embarrassed because there's tons of people watching me from below and looking at the kid that's twisted up in wacky positions in the middle of the hill. So then anyways, I go down I get up again, and then I make it 4 feet before falling again. And keep in mind, this is on the hill that probably not much bigger than a hill you'd find around the local corner. So, okay, so I'm pretty much what I do is then I go down, and I just take it off and walk to the bottom, and I'm like, F this, I'm not ever doing this again, hate this. And then Mom convinces me that giving up's not the answer, which it isn't the answer. So, okay, so anyways, then I just chill out for 15 minutes, and I talk, and just tell myself, just don't give up. So then I go back on the ski lift, and I try again, and lo and behold, a nice person up there helps me, get it on, and then I make it down the hill. Actually, first real run, make it down to the middle of the hill. I fall once, and I'm like, okay, and I go down, and I get the gist. I actually make it down the hill. So yeah, I'm actually making it down the hill, and then successfully. And then it's getting a little late, maybe 8 o'clock, and the place closes at 9. So then we go to get some some gloves, because there's this gift shop there, and we go to get some gloves, because it's getting really cold out. So we go and get some gloves, and then I point on the map key, it said, the trails that are easy are labeled in green. And there was this really big hill, So just for example, to put it in perspective, the ski lift to get to the top of this little hill that I was talking about for the kids it took me 15 seconds to take you to the top of the hill. And now what I'm about to tell you was I went on a real snowboard and ski trail. Okay, so anyways, we go over to the snowboard after getting gloves and chill and get some hot chocolate, use the bathroom, and then for the last part of the night, we go over to the ski lift, and oh boy, so we hop on. I can barely even make it. Keep in mind, I can barely even make it fully down this little hill, let alone what I'm about to tell you. So anyways, I can't even make it down to the ski lift without falling off the fucking board. Okay, anyways, so we hop on the board, and it takes us about 5 minutes compared to 15 seconds to get to the top of this hill. And I'm really nervous because there's a kid who's like injured and he's on a stretcher at the top of the hill. And I'm just like cursing to myself. I'm like, man, I really don't want to do this because it's a really big hill. Okay, and then we get to the top. And I'm not prepared at all. My mom says she wants to help me, but I politely decline. So anyways, so I start to go down, and I get to the bottom of this like 10-foot hill, and I fall. Many falls of which I didn't know what the future held for me. And boy, oh boy. So, okay, so I go down, and just to put it in perspective, here's a picture of the hill I went down. I took this picture, by the way. And keep in mind, this was the second time I've ever snowboarded in my entire life. So I go down, and I keep snowboarding. But here's the thing. I do not know how to brake on it, even to this day. I don't know why I'm saying to this day, because I went yesterday, keep in mind, I did say I would never do stories in that one video, but I forgot to mention that I just have to see what the future holds for me. And this was a reasonable story. So I go down. I start to go down. I make it 15 feet. I fall because I don't know how to brake. And the only way I know how to brake is to just bail and fall on my back or something, which isn't a good idea. And I flip over, and then, and then I do that. And then I get back up, and I try again, and I make it another, 20 feet. And this is just, a really shallow hill. This isn't anything compared to what I was going on. And now for more normal skiers and snowboarders, this must be a piece of cake. But for me, who's never done this was hell. And then I bail again, and I flip over, and I land really hard on it. But then what comes up is at least a 50-degree hill, which might not sound like a lot, but it is. Trust me. A 50-degree hill that's about 45 feet long. And it might not sound like long, but it really is. And then it leads on to a probably 15 degrees. So I go down this, all right, and I make it down the whole thing good. But then when I get to the bottom, this is where the near-death experience has. So I bail, but I was going at least 20 miles an hour on this thing. I was actually remaining my balance, but then I tried braking, and then I flipped over twice backwards. And then the second time, I smashed my head so hard on the ground that I saw white light, and I was dizzy for 5, maybe 20 seconds after, and it was double vision. I had a helmet on though, and this still happened, and I had a headache after. And also, which really didn't help, is some assholes on the ski lift called me dog water, which for those of you who don't know, is basically the equivalent of telling someone that they suck or you suck. So anyways, I had a helmet on, and with the parallel universe thing, I have a theory that if that theory's true, then if in the other universe, if I didn't have a helmet on, I wouldn't be here to tell this story. So in another universe, I'm dead because of that. I did not have a helmet on, because I'm telling you, I would have definitely been dead if I didn't have a helmet on. And let this be a lesson: always wear a helmet when you go skiing and snowboarding, for those that don't. Anyways, I go down, I get up, I'm dizzy, and there's just 2 Mexican guys, and they're also having tons of trouble. They keep bailing every second like I am, and they're like, "Come on, buddy, you're doing good." They say that to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, thank you." And they're struggling the same as I am. They don't have helmets on, but they're not hitting their heads. But the 2 guys and me, we all make it 15 feet down at a time. So basically at the bottom of that steep hill I'm mentioning, it's a 15-degree hill, and it goes for maybe 150 yards, or 50 yards maybe. it travels, and then there's another steep hill. So we go down, and then I keep bailing, flipping over. I didn't want to go after I hit my head because it hurt so bad, and I didn't want to risk, because I read a long time ago, or someone told me that to freak me out, I think, and I have actually believed it, that if you sleep when you hit your head really hard, you actually die in your sleep, which I actually hit my head a few days ago, a week ago, with Douglas and Lewis, which you'll be seeing a story from him soon. So anyways, I was at this hill, and I fell back and hit my head when I went off a jump, and I didn't have a helmet on, but I didn't die that night. But anyways, that's besides the point. And he's back to here. So I'm just traveling. I at least travel 5 yards, and I just fall for the rest of the way down. And I actually make it. And towards the bottom, I actually make it without falling for the last portion. And that night will be memorable. The car ride home was pretty filled with me reading about if I will die, which I won't, because I'm here to tell the story. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It's always free. You can always unsubscribe. If you enjoy this video, leave a comment down below saying what's the craziest snowboarding accident or skiing you've ever had, or what do you prefer, skiing or snowboarding. And yeah, I'll see you guys.